Don't slap Mama. It's a family gathering, not a funeral, not a wedding, a reunion. And everyone is relatively happy. Uncle Frank is still the town drunk. Cousin Leroy is still rumored to be a perv. The twins are trying to outdo each other for who can deal the most meth without going to the pen. It's not a perfect group by any reckoning. But it's family, and Mama is so happy just to have everyone in the same house without a funeral or some other disaster, that she is able to tolerate everyone's faults with a huge smile. Aunt Bertha Better Than You, who sits in the Amen pew, struggles with that tolerance thingy. But after her daughter ran off with a carnival and came home with a newborn baby, she's learned to see people's faults through new eyes. Then all the cousins start filing in. It's tense. Just before the fried chicken is ready, a fight breaks out in the front yard. It's happened before. Cousin Ralph swears Cousin George still owes him that $23.17. The bad blood between the two is actually far deeper than that, but that's usually the catalyst to unleash the fists of fury. Thankfully, it's normally no more than a bloody nose or such. More often than not, they have some of Mama's patented fried chicken and cherry cobbler, watch a ball game, talk a little football, and all is forgotten. Till next time. Perhaps we could use this picture to illustrate why the whole kneeling for the anthem thing is garbage. If you ask those spoiled, pampered brats who are disrespecting the flag, the country, and the people who fought for it, what are you doing? You would normally be treated to some mishmash hodgepodge of, "The cops are racist, harumph. I'm exercising my free speech rights, harumph." Never forget the triumphant harumph. Okay? Let's say America is Mama. The police and the various Americana institutions are the rowdy cousins. If you have a bone to pick with Cousin Joe Bob, why in the world would you march in and slap Mama? This country is one of the greatest in the world. It is in strong contention for the greatest in the history of the world. But is it perfect? Of course not. No one but an utter imbecile would try to make the case that this or any other nation is perfect. We have many faults and flaws, both now and throughout our history. Show me a country that doesn't. It doesn't exist. A nation or anything that has the fingerprints of humans on it cannot and will not ever be perfect. Now, ask yourself this tiny little question. We build a wall and or a fence to try to control the number and type of people attempting to get in the country. The left's favorite forms of government, socialism or communism, builds walls around their countries also. The politicians who push this type of failed government never seem to be without high walls around their multi-million-dollar estates. Question: are the walls around communist utopias to keep people out, or to keep the unfortunates trapped in their dungeon, prison colony nations in? The Berlin Wall and others like it were never about keeping the West Berliners out. It was from day one an effort to stop the embarrassment of having people vote with their feet and leave the workers' paradise behind. You would never know that today. The left, which is behind this and practically every other effort to bring this country down, transform America, rejoices at the damage being done to the quintessential American game. This is a huge twofer for them. Football is as American as it gets. The anthem debate drives a needless wedge of division into an arena where it did not formerly exist, and injects toxic political passions into gatherings that were once a sanctuary from politics. What used to be something people of all political stripes could unite behind is no more. Time was a Democrat Dallas Cowboy fan and a Republican Dallas Cowboy fan could put aside differences for a short time and unite in their love of pizza and beer and their burning hatred, football hate, it's different, of the Philadelphia Eagles. The left claims to want unity, peace, and love. What they create is division, anger, and hate. That, of course, is precisely what they want. The sane, rational mind asks, why? Why do they seek to divide and enrage the country? The answer is as ugly as it is brutally simple. Their real love, their only love, their true love is power. They are on a mission to, as Barack Obama put it, transform this country. The tragedy is, no one ever bothered to ask him, what does that mean to you? In true communist fashion, they love to use the freedom of the West to help destroy it. They love freedom of speech, but only if it's someone like Andres Serrano using taxpayer money to produce faux art, something he called Piss Christ, submerging a crucifix in a jar of urine, or the most mind-numbing, soul-stealing, vile pornography. Burning the American flag is perversely viewed as an act of supreme patriotism. Seeing these spoiled, ignorant, America-hating brats, grown men who make bazillions of dollars playing a child's game, disrespecting the country, Momma, who made it all possible, and then hiding behind the mantra of exercising free speech, must warm the cold hearts of communists everywhere. On the other side of the free speech coin, don't wear a MAGA hat in public if you are going to be anywhere near some of the peace-loving leftists. If you love America, your voice is not welcome. The message is crystal clear. Unless you agree with liberals, you are a racist, sexist, bigot, blah, blah, blah. Hog snot. I have been a political junkie for a long time. I have mainly observed the national scene, the swamp opera, But the sad part is, the closer you get to City Hall the more you realize the vein of corruption that is the hallmark of D.C. swamp politics runs through practically every single political organization on the planet. The only question is that of degree. The only goal is that of acquiring power. City, county, state, federal, anything in between. Take your pick. So what do? Throw up our hands and walk away? No, absolutely not. If you don't get a first down, you punt. And you play some smash mouth defense, but you never give up. We keep working to make it better. We fight the good fight to keep those in power honest. It is a never-ending fight, and we must be tireless in our efforts. Back to square one. Are there corrupt police officers and even whole departments? Yes. Are there numerous things that are worthy of protesting in America? Yes. So you get no argument from me and millions of others on that score. But if you are a player in the bread and circuses industry, a spoiled brat, zillionaire athlete, or some egomaniac actor, and you need to spend some of that ocean of cash you made for playing with balls in a child's game or standing in front of a camera and pretending to be someone else, try spending it on the place you came from. Kids, shelters, and helping decent people get elected instead of whores, giant mansions, and dope. Does the mere thought of antebellum slavery make you angry? Good. Then try spending some of your multi-millions on fighting the curse of modern slavery. A demonic practice so hideous, so evil, it mocks all efforts to describe it or stop it. Human trafficking. We're those of us who love this country, and we come in all colors of the rainbow, by the way, have a huge problem with this whole thing is when you disrespect the flag, you are dishonoring the hundreds of thousands of graves that old 18 and 19-year-old men, young men far better than you, who gave up their tomorrow for your today. You are slapping Momma. Go beat up your dumb cousin if you want to, but keep your nasty, stinking hands off Momma.